How's it going, fellow filmmakers and photographers? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I want to talk about my custom saved preset settings on the GH5 and why they're so important to have set up so you can just switch settings as fast as possible when you're out on set. Because I'm having to film my GH5 in this video, I'm going to switch over to the RX100 to film the GH5 and go voiceover for the rest of the video. So let's get started. Just want to quickly say I'm going to try and keep this video as short and to the point as possible because nobody wants to watch a 20-minute long video about settings. So here we go. So to access your custom setting menu, you go down to this wrench here under that one with the C, and then it's the second option on the first page right there. Whoops. So you click that, you have all your custom settings, which on your camera are right here. C1, C2, and C3. So the reason why these are so important to have dialed in is because when you're out on a set, you don't want to be having to constantly change your settings around to be able to just, have, for me, full speed 23.98 here, 60 slow-mo here, and then 120 slow-mo here. Saves a ton of time, and especially the kind of shooting we do a lot of outdoor adventure, action sports stuff. We'll find ourselves hanging out of the tailgate of a truck, and we got to go from a full speed clip to a slow motion clip like that. So that's why this is so clutch. So to begin, the first thing I do when I get to a shoot or a set is I figure out which aperture I'm going to be wanting to shoot at. So most of the time I leave it at 2.8. I set my shutter there, double that, 50, and then depending if it's like a dark room or you're outside, you might need to change your ISO. So those are the things I dial in every time right when I get there. In terms of color profile, I usually shoot in Cine-D, so I leave that there. And then, so those are the things that I change on the day of the shoot, right when I show up. So let's start with my C1 setting here. This is usually my full speed 23.98 setting. So, if I'm doing handheld, I need to shoot an interview, everything in full speed, no slow-mo, highest resolution possible. This is the setting I use for that. So I record in the very first setting here, which is 4K, 23.98, 10-bit, 150 megabits per second. So I choose that there, and then you dial everything else in, like your aperture, shutter speed, all that. Once you're happy with everything, you go down here to this wrench underneath the one with the C, click the second option like I said. Custom set, I think that stands for memory. Oops, nope. So once everything's dialed in, you go here, click C1, yes, you're done. So now you can turn off your camera, turn it back on, and everything will be set up just as you had it. So that's C1, how I have it set up. Let's go to C2. I am most frequently switching between these two because this is my 23.98 full speed setting, and then this is my 60p slow motion setting, also in 4K. So C2, very similar to C1. Let's see, switch over to that. Go into my recording settings here. So I'm on the second page now. So I scroll down and I'm shooting also in 4K, but this one is VFR available, so variable frame rate. So I'm going to choose that, and then unlike the first one, it's a little different. I'm going to go to my shooting settings, go down to variable frame rate, click that, click set, and then choose 60 FPS. So my last one was here at 24. Now C2 is going to be 60, so I can quickly switch into that 4K slow motion setting. And again, come down here, click that, and then this time instead of C1 obviously, click C2 and overwrite. So now I have my C1 here, my C2 set up, so I can go full speed, quickly switch to 60 slow-mo, and then for C3, I'm gonna usually have it set at 120 slow-mo. So if I really need to slow things down, which isn't too often, especially on like a corporate video production set, I don't use 120 a lot, but it's here when I need it. Again, see, go into here. This time I'm recording in, yeah, this one right here. So it's on your third page. It's the very last setting. Go all the way to the end because you can't shoot 4K in 120 on the GH5. I wish you could, but this is the setting I'm using here. Just 1080p. Again, VFR available for variable frame rate. And then like C2, you go back into your variable frame rate, go down to set, and then I have that set at 120. Technically you can go all the way up to 180, but there's quite a drastic quality reduction, so I usually never use 180. 120 is as high as I go, so I'll go there again, and then make sure my shutter speed is double that frame rate. So if this setting is 120p, I'm gonna have my shutter speed set to 250, and then I don't know if you can see here, but I use a variable ND filter to combat the higher frame rate, so I'm not having to, you know, blast this up or anything. So then it looks all bad because you want your shutter speed to be double your whatever you're recording in. So anyways, again, we go here down to the wrench under the C, custom set. I'm gonna go C3, overwrite, yes, completed. So at this point, I can switch between C3, C2, and C1. I have my highest resolution full frame setting here. I mean, not full frame, full speed setting here. Then I have my 60 FPS slow-mo setting, and then for when I need it, my 120 setting. So this is one of my favorite features on the GH5. Most cameras do have this feature, but you know, just gotta get it set up on your GH5. So if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Be sure to answer them. If you enjoyed this video, learned something, got some value, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. See you guys in the next one.